Right, so this is part 11 of my story of how I got to be where I am with a couple of spirit boys. And yes, so I was in this place. I saw that the greatness of what we would call God is beyond anything we could understand. And I know people say, well, God wanted war on here and God wanted war on there. When I was in that place, I was shown that God doesn't cause war. Human beings cause war. All these wars that were done and all these things, that's human beings. God is incapable of having that type of behavior. God's not. It's just not what God is. It's not what God is, and it's so high vibrational in that place that there's no room for any type of darkness. It can't exist. It cannot exist, and when it can't exist, there is no evil. There's no room for evil. Evil cannot survive there because it just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist there. And the one that causes that beautiful, beautiful, high vibrational love, peace, harmony is God. That is what God is. That comes from God. That is God. And when you are in God, like I was amazed when Jesus said, I'm going back to the bosom of God. It made perfect sense to me. I felt like I was sitting in the bosom of God, man. I felt like a king. I thought, oh my God, I've just been crowned. I've just come home. I felt like the prodigal son, mate. Yeah, man. And I tell you what, when I was looking at my human state, I couldn't believe how broken I was. I couldn't believe how broken the human is anyway. The very simple things, like humans are so needy. When I was there, I was in need of nothing because I was within everything. And looking at myself with the depression and the loneliness and the sadness and the even the thing of we're so needy. We need love. We need food. We need companionship. We're just so needy. And that's not like that in the realm of God, because everything is complete. Yet it's like everything is perfect for everyone, and it was very beautiful, very beautiful. And I was pretty sad when I looked at my human self, and when I was in my spirit, my human state, my human being self, this earth, everything on this earth, this physical realm was alien to me. It was like another planet. I couldn't comprehend it. I could not have lived in it. It just did not register with me at all. Not at all. It was foreign. It was very foreign to me. Very, very foreign. It made no sense. I couldn't connect to it because it was something so far beyond what the spirit, the beautiful spirit was, what I was in. And it was beautiful. And I went through type of a judging thing. God didn't judge me. And I'm thinking, why would God judge me? How could God judge me? Because he didn't walk in my shoes. I walked in my shoes. I need to judge myself. And it was quite odd. I'm sure God does do judging, of course. He must do. But as much as there is bad, there's usually also good. Unless you are someone who has just been on the earth and just been a devil your whole life. But even people who have done bad things love their children or have done beautiful things, and God sees those things as well as the bad things. So they're all there and it's all weighed up. And what I saw with my own experience was the things that I had done were on one scale, and the things that had been done to me were on the other scale. So the pain things that I'd had done to me was one side, and me what I'd done to people and pain that was them and what was done to them. So I must have really been quite curious about that side of stuff, and it was weighing out even. So there was no, it didn't look like, it just looked like it was a normal process, for being down on the earth. And it was really odd. And it was, yeah. And it was a very, very, very surreal thing. And I was very aware of other planets with other beings on them, that spirits were occupying their vessels. I was very aware that a spirit is not confined to just a human body, that they are able to have experiences in different things. Because simply the bottom line is that once you take on the vessel, like we are now, once you go into a vessel, you're kind of like ruled by that animal's brain, senses and stuff. Your spirit, your greater self, what I was actually in at that time, is in a higher place. It's within God. So you're having an experience, but you're still in a safe place. It was weird. There's a lot of stuff there I was found very weird. Very weird. The possibilities over there are endless. No one can ever say that heaven could ever be put in a box. And no one can ever say that heaven has an end or a start, because that's ridiculous. It's not even of this realm. It's not even of this realm. It is something totally different from the physical realm. Totally different. Totally. Sniffing away. It was, God, it was pure. It was beautiful. I was home. That's my home. With my state of, my miserable state. Do I think I deserve that? I would love to have my home back again. If God was to say, you want to come back home? Okay, thank you. Because when I went the first time, it was probably happened maybe about 8 years ago. And I was pretty mischief back then. And I'm not as bad as I was then. I've cut out a lot of stuff, mischief stuff that I used to do. That would be seen as quite naughty. And so I'm a different person now. I'm more peaceful, kind and stuff. And my heart's a lot better. But my self-esteem would say, I know I probably need to be kicked around a bit. But that's up to the Lord. But I would love to go home again. I want to go home again. I want my boys with me. That's if they want to be. There's no pressure on them. I know, because they've got their own existence as well. And but this was just out of the blue, random, what happened. I call it a eureka moment, but I didn't have to die to do it. That was the whole thing. It's like, I've always wanted a near-death experience, but I didn't have to die to have that. I just went. I went. I put my hands out, cried out to Jesus, hold my hands. I tell you what, you don't have to be a crazy holy roly to have Jesus hear you and love you. You don't need to do that. God accepts love from every type of angle. And love is the most supreme thing of all. And God is love. God is everything of the high vibration, peace, kindness, sweetness, everything beautiful. That's what God is. So when you when you are loving on God, God hears that. You know, God hears that. He knows that, and He will give you a eureka moment. God will talk to you if you ask God and you open that realm up and just say, "Look, give me something." You're going to find one day that things are going to start happening. May not happen straight away because you may not be ready to actually calm down. It took me I ended up having a big breakdown before I calmed down. And yeah, it was a shocker. But yeah, I'm gonna come back.